What's good, y'all? It's E168 back again. It is of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, one of my most anticipated movies of the year. And so let's just get right into it. This movie is directed by James Gunn. It stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper as Rocket, Vin Diesel as Groot, and Michael Rooker as Yondu, Kurt Russell as Ego, and also has Sylvester Stallone and a couple of other people making cameos within the film. I was a huge fan of the original Guardians of the Galaxy. Completely took me by surprise. I'd never heard of the comic franchise, but the movie was just absolutely one of the best films that Marvel has put out. The comedy was great. The soundtrack is forever iconic. I have it on vinyl and I listen to it all the time, even though the movie came out, 3 years ago now. So I went in with lower expectations just because it's a sequel. And Marvel sequels, besides the Captain America franchise, haven't always been great. I left the movie the first time. I saw it at a midnight premiere, and I was really tired. So I left thinking it was all right. The jokes were kind of funny, but it wasn't better than the first one. So the second time, and I actually liked it more. I laughed more. I'd listened to the soundtrack some since the first time, and I started knowing some of the songs and just liking the songs more. So I liked it. I liked it a lot the second time, and it went from a 7 to an 8. And I saw it a third time, and I was like, well, maybe it'll start to lose some of its luster for me. Maybe I'll get tired of some of the jokes. No, I laughed more the third time than I did the two previous times, and had a complete blast with the movie. And I'm not going to sit here and talk for a while about it, because you just need to go out and see this movie. This is the best movie in theaters right now. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is great, guys. It is great. At this point, after listening to the soundtrack nonstop for like a couple months, I actually like the soundtrack overall more so than the original. The lyrics of the songs, they directly tie in to the film, especially Brandy by Looking Glass, which is now one of my favorite songs. You have Wham Bam Shang-a-Lang as like the battle cry song. You have Come a Little Closer as Yondu and Groot are bonding and becoming family. And it's great. Some examples of the songs just tying into the movie, and the soundtrack I think is overall better. There aren't as many like bangers as you would say of like Come and Get Your Love and Hooked on a Feeling or something like that. But I associate these songs exclusively with the movie now, since I had heard none of them except Surrender by Cheap Trick before this movie even came out. Whereas in some on the Guardian soundtrack, I actually knew like Cherry Bomb or I Want You Back, the Pina Colada song. I heard those songs before, so I don't associate them directly with Guardians. Whereas this whole soundtrack, I think entirely of the movie when I hear it. Chris Pratt is great. Bradley Cooper is phenomenal. Zoe Saldana is great. Yondu's given a lot more to do, and man, does he make the use of it. It's great. Seeing Kurt Russell back is awesome. Sylvester Stallone, don't expect to see a lot of him. I kind of did, based on what they were saying. They kind of build him as being a star of the movie. It's basically just a cameo and a setup for something else in the future, which is cool. I just was a little bit disappointed to see him not in it as much. But the star of the show is Drax. Dave Bautista killed it, man. He was so funny. Every single freaking word out of this guy's mouth was just comedy gold. Straight up gold. I laughed so hard at everything he had to say. He had multiple running jokes throughout the whole movie, which was just amazing. And some of the jokes that he said really pushed the edge for Marvel studio films. Like a lot of these I would expect to see in like a Deadpool movie or like a Fox Marvel movie. But no, like they went there with a lot of these jokes. I mean, like really went there with the humor, and I appreciate that because I don't know, it just gives a little more legs and it stands out more so than a lot of the other Marvel movies, including the first Guardians, which again was unique, but the humor, the type of humor that they said besides like one or two jokes really was just in a safe, super kid-friendly Marvel type, whereas this one kind of pushed the edge for the PG-13 Marvel Studios type. And a lot of the imagery used was a little more intense and just odd and out there than the previous Marvel films. And again, I appreciated that. James Gunn went there. He went there to make his own movie. And I feel like there was very limited studio interference because, yeah, there are 5 end credit scenes, but they're mostly just like not blooper reel stuff, but just little bits and extras to give the fans, just excite them. Not necessarily about future projects. Well, there are two of those. The rest of them are just kind of more family bonding things, and that's what my favorite part of Guardians is. It's about family, which is family, ironically, since Vin Diesel's in this too. But it's just about all these people growing together and becoming a family and learning to live with one another and love one another, really. And there are multiple facets to that in different groups. And I just love that about this movie. So overall, I give this movie 9 out of 10. I do believe that at this point in time, I enjoy this movie more than the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't think I would say that, but I honestly think that James Gunn made the movie he wanted to make, and this movie is better than the first. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this movie. Like, comment, sub. More content coming your way soon. I hope y'all have a great day. Stay live, fam.